Good day, learners. Today we are going to discuss part 2 of measure of variability, which is quartile deviation in basic statistics lesson 8. But before anything else, do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you will be updated for my upcoming videos.
3, 2, 1, 0.
1, 2, 3, 4.
This video lesson will discuss about quartile deviation, which is a measure of variability. Quartile deviation is defined as another measure of variability that divides the difference between the third quartile and the first quartile into halves. This is the formula. Quartile deviation is equal to third quartile minus the first quartile divided by 2. Quartile deviation of ungrouped data. Consider the ungrouped data in 90-item test in statistics taken by 18 college students. Compute the quartile deviation. First thing that we need to do is to identify the score that falls within the third quartile by computing 3n divided by 4. Since there are 18 scores, our n is 18. Substituting to our 3n divided by 4, so we have 3 times 18 divided by 4 is equal to 54 divided by 4, which is equal to 13.5. Then round up 13.5, which is equal to 14. Our third quartile score is in the 14th place. Referring to our table at the left, this is our 14th place. Then the score that falls within the third quartile is 85. Then we can say our third quartile is 85. The next is we have to identify the score that falls within the first quartile by computing n divided by 4. Substituting our value for n, which is 18, we have 18 divided by 4 is equal to 4.5. Then we have to round up 4.5, which is equal to 5, or the 5th place. Referring to our table at the left, this is our 5th place, and the score that falls within the first quartile is 77. Then our first quartile is 77. Since we already have our third quartile, which is 85, and our first quartile, which is 77, then we can now compute our quartile deviation. Using the formula, third quartile minus the first quartile divided by 2 is equal to 85 minus 77 divided by 2 is equal to 8 divided by 2. Then the quartile deviation is equal to 4. And now we are going to discuss quartile deviation of group data. Thirty students in a class took statistics test. The results are recorded in frequency distribution table as shown in the table below. Find the quartile deviation. The first thing that we need to do is we have to identify the third quartile by locating the third quartile class by computing 3n divided by 4, which is equal to 3 times 30 divided by 4 is equal to 22.5. We have to locate 22.5 in our cumulative frequency less than. By inspection, 22.5 is located in the cumulative frequency less than 23. So this is our third quartile class. In the interval for our third quartile class, we have to get the exact limit. So if we have 40 to 49, the exact limit is 39.5 to 49.5. Then we can say our lower class boundary of our exact limit is 39.5 Our FM, which is the frequency of the third quartile class, is 7. And the frequency below the cumulative frequency less than of the quartile class is 16. And let us compute for the I. I is 79 minus 70 plus 1. So I is equal to 10. So using the formula for the third quartile, so lower class boundary plus 3n divided by 4 minus the uppercase f divided by the fm times I. Substituting the values, we have 39.5 plus 3 times 30 divided by 4 minus 16 divided by 7 times 10. So let us now simplify first the 3 times 30 divided by 4. So that gives us 22.5. Then afterwards, 22.5 subtracted by 16, as we are going to update our equation. So 6.5 times 10 divided by 7. Then we have to simplify this one first. 65.5 times 10, that gives us 65. Then we have to divide now 65 by 7. So that gives us 9.29. So after that, we have to add 9.29 to 39.5. So our third quartile is 48.79. After getting the third quartile, we have to compute now our first quartile. So in computing the first quartile, we have to locate first the first quartile class by computing n divided by 4. So since the total frequency is 30, so our n is 30, so we have 30 divided by 4, that gives us 7.5. So after this, we have to locate 7.5 in our cumulative frequency less than. So by inspection, 7.5 belongs to the cumulative frequency less than 16. So this row will be our first quartile class. In our first quartile class, we have to identify the exact limit of the class interval. So our lower class boundary of the first quartile class is 29.5. The frequency of the first quartile class is 9, which will be the FM. And the frequency below the cumulative frequency less than of 16 is 7. So our uppercase F is 7. Our I is 10. So let us now substitute now the values to our first quartile formula. So we have L plus n divided by 4 minus F divided by Fm times I. So substituting the values, we have 29.5 plus 30 divided by 4 minus 7 divided by 9 times 10. So we have to simplify 30 divided by 4. So that gives us 7.5. After this, 7.5 will be subtracted by 7. So that gives us 0.5. And the 0.5 will be multiplied to 10. That gives us 5. We have to divide 5 by 9. So 5 divided by 9 gives us 0.56. And after this, the 0.56 will be added to 29.5. Then our first quartile is 30.06. So we already have our first quartile. So we can now compute our quartile deviation. Using the formula, third quartile minus the first quartile divided by 2. Substituting the formula now, 48.79 minus 30.06 divided by 2, that gives us 18.73 divided by 2. Then we can say our quartile deviation is 9.37.
And that ends our video discussion at this moment. Thank you for watching. But before you will end this video, please do assess your learnings by answering the self-test activity. Thank you!